the Graduate Sunday and Father's Day. They're making plans for things to happen within our church. We have, like they said before, you see the donuts and coffee out there, but due to my misunderstanding, I thought it was before church rather than after church. So it's set up, but we can still enjoy it when we're done. And it's nice enough if you want to visit out in the, do it, because we're allowed to now. We also discussed that the church services will change to 10:30 for the summer hours for June, July, and August, so we'll start right in the 1st of June. There's not going to be any summer Sunday school, and the Vacation Bible School plans are being for a one-day fun day, and that's to come. You'll have more information coming on that. We discussed the worship in the park that is being planned for July 10th, and of course the cleanup day. Lynn and I are partners in this crime for the Florida Committee, so we're trying to get people out. We've got some painting projects, we've got maybe some graveling projects and some stuff along the church. Storm windows come out. We've got different projects that we could use many hands, and as she said, anybody that can give us good advice is much appreciated. So, and also in our plans is to get the back parking lot and part of the drive crack filled and resurfaced, because further deterioration, we're going to have to dig it all up and start over again. So we've got that coming this summer, probably within the next month or two. Let's see. We have a lot of other smaller projects that we have on this. We were working on a we must do list, and we like to do list. So if you'd like to know about our list, and would like to contribute to it in manpower or finances, supporting it, our needs, just let Lynn and I know, or Beth know, and we can work together and work on some of these little projects that need done. Budget-wise, we're doing fine. Our income has met our expenses by a surplus of like $2,000, which had been a struggle in the past to meet those finances, and we are meeting them and exceeding them with that, which is great. And the investment committee had voted to transfer $6,000 into our United Fund, or Unified Fund, and that's probably having this month, Tammy? Yeah. Okay. And also discussed was we'd like to plan another pirate game excursion. Go bar. And actually this morning we tentatively discussed possibly the Hawaiian Shirt Day, which is July 2nd. But more will come on that. We need to find out how that will work for people. But a Hawaiian Shirt Day sounds fun. That's pretty much it. Any questions that I might be able to address? Oh, you have a question.
It's Sam's birthday.
Oh, it's Sam's birthday. That would be a special surprise then. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Val. It's wonderful to have a chance now to be bringing back a lot of the things we like to do and haven't been able to for a good while, so we appreciate that very much. Okay, have you ever given a gift to a friend and you pick something out and it turns out that you really, really like it? And it's really kind of hard to give it to somebody else, and when you do, it makes you think like, oh gosh, yeah, that's nice, but I really liked it myself. So worship songs can sometimes be like that. It's art, it's devotional art, and it is an offering to God when someone writes a song. An offering to God requires that you actually do give it away. Release all control of this thing that you've written and have created. Once something has been given to Him, God will do what He wants with it, and His plans are sometimes different from our own. That's something that became very clear to a lady named Miss Laura Story when she offered her song Indescribable to God. And is often the case with God, He took her gift, used it in a beautiful way that she never would have imagined. There is a gentleman named Chris Tomlin, and if some of you are familiar with contemporary Christian songs, he is someone who's won a Grammy Award, and he writes Christian songs. He's a songwriter and a worship leader in his church. He was writing a song, and Indescribable is now the opening track on Chris Tomlin's album Arriving. However, the story of, the story started back in 2002 when Laura was driving near Nashville, Tennessee, and saw the beautiful changing of the leaves, and the leaves falling, and the sun was setting. And it was just one of those moments, she said, when she started thinking about creation. And I think she said it was in Psalm 19 that says, "The heavens are declaring the glory of God." It was like that, as if the rocks were crying out. It was this glorious moment looking at creation and thinking, wow, there are still people in this world that don't believe in God, that think this just happens in some way. She said, I don't have the words to describe God's splendor at that moment. I was just thinking, you are truly indescribable. Story says she had to drive around without a working car stereo for about a year, which sounds very difficult. But it became quite a blessing because she occupied her time by singing and writing songs in her head. Out of that, many of her songs were written. It was one of the best things that happened to her. She said, I needed a break from stereo again now to write more songs. I just began singing this song, Indescribable, because of those fall colors. Some of it was spontaneous. Indescribable was birthed in Scripture, but as many worship leaders can attest, it didn't just jump out as one of those tunes that was in your mind. After a year, Laura made a demo record, and Chris Tomlin, our Grammy winner, was working on his album, felt something was missing, and chose to use her song as the lead in his album, Arriving. When Laura Story went in to record her first songs, she had no idea where it would ever lead. She said later, we need to always see ourselves as servants. Our songs are, after all just offerings to God. It's so cool that many, many people have been able to hear Indescribable. But if I had just played it for no one but the Lord, it would have still been just as sweet to him. Our little scripture reading from Psalm 19, verses 1 to 4 is where her quote comes from. God's glory is on tour in the skies, and as Laura put it from another version of the Bible, the heavens are declaring the glory of God. Godcraft on exhibit across the horizon. Madam Day holds classes every morning. Professor Knight lectures each evening. Their words aren't heard, their voices aren't recorded, but their silence fills the earth. Unspoken truth is spoken everywhere. We want to stand.